The evening air had turned crisp, carrying the scent of change. Has it started to get cold where you are? James and Diep greeted their followers in a live stream, their smiles warm despite the chill creeping through their own town. Remember to wear something cozy when you go out, Diep reminded everyone gently, her voice tinged with care. Stay healthy, always. Not far from that moment of ease, a different kind of conversation unfolded, a meeting of duty and fairness. A man named Duck, a representative of the local farmers, approached James with a serious yet respectful demeanor. I came here on behalf of the farmers, Duck said. We've been affected by the new canal construction project, and I wanted to discuss the compensation plan with you directly. James listened intently, the faint hum of machinery nearby underscoring their exchange. I've heard from Lynn about this, he said. Let's step aside to talk, it's a bit noisy here. The two men moved to a quieter spot. Duck explained that while the canal project had been approved by the government and contracted to their company, there were still unresolved issues. We understand that this project will benefit the farmers in the long run, Duck continued. But it's undeniable that it also takes away part of their land. Our company has proposed a compensation rate of 2 million VND per plot, depending on size. But some households feel that's not fair, James nodded thoughtfully. Some families lose more land, some less. A flat rate might not feel right to everyone. He paused. Could you prepare a list of households, how much land each one lost? Once I have that, I'll personally review it and adjust the compensation accordingly. We'll make sure it's fair. Relief flickered across Duke's face. That would mean a lot to the people, sir. They just want to be heard. James smiled faintly. I know. Let's make sure this project helps them, not hurts them. Thank you for coming today. When the meeting ended, the sun was already dipping low. James's mind, however, was still elsewhere, on Diep. Later that evening, Diep was at home, preparing dinner. Her small temporary house smelled faintly of jasmine and warm rice. But beneath that peaceful rhythm lay the quiet sting of a recent heartbreak. Her father had cut her off from the family business. You could say he fired me from his own company, she told James over the phone earlier that week. It wasn't bitterness she felt anymore, but determination. Diep had decided to start over. Before heading to the market, she called her neighbor, Aunt Huyen, who often helped care for little Nhi, Diep's niece. Hello, Auntie, has Nhi come home from school yet? She just got back, Huyen replied kindly. I was about to take her out to play, maybe buy her a few things. Diep smiled, grateful. That's wonderful. I'll come pick her up another day, then. I'm still cleaning up my place. Don't worry about her, the aunt said. Focus on settling in. And don't forget to eat properly, okay? Yes, ma'am, Diep replied softly. After the call, she tidied the small kitchen, humming under her breath. The air smelled faintly of lemongrass. When James called to say he would be home in about an hour, she beamed. I'll wait for you. I'm cooking tonight, he chuckled over the line. What's on the menu? Not sure yet, she admitted. I'll see what's fresh at the market. You know I'll eat anything you cook, James said, his voice warm. When he finally returned, the evening sky was already dark. Still not done cooking? He teased as he walked in, setting down a bag. Inside were 2 pairs of house slippers and a soft pillow. Long time since I've seen you in a suit, Diep said, smiling. You look handsome in it, more mature, James laughed lightly. Thank you. I just came from registering our company. It's official now, her eyes lit up. Really? That's amazing. So soon we'll have the documents? In a day or two, he said. Then we'll start searching for an office space together. The kitchen glowed with soft yellow light as they chopped vegetables side by side. This kitchen feels cleaner already, James noted. And it's not even finished yet. Diep nodded. Once we're done, I'll set up a proper gas stove here. Maybe even an induction one. The old wood stove can stay outside for backup. James handed her the knife. Here, let me help. These new knives are sharp. You'll cut yourself if you're not careful, she smiled. Thank you. There was a pause before he spoke again, quieter this time. You know, I can already imagine it. One day, you'll be the boss of your own company. Diep laughed softly. I don't even know what that would look like. It'll be beautiful, he said. I can already see it. Their conversation drifted between plans for the house and stories about Diep's mother, who was now in the city taking NHI to the playground. If NHI were with me, Diep said wistfully, I'm not sure I'd have time to take her anywhere. You'll have time, James reassured her. You're building something new, and you're not alone. Dinner was finally ready, a simple meal of rice, soup, and stir-fried meat. As they sat down, James said grace, thanking God for the food and for the journey ahead. By the way, he said suddenly, a mischievous smile spreading across his face. Do you know what I named our company? Diep shook her head. DJ, he said proudly. For Diep and James, she laughed, her eyes glistening. Then that makes me the boss and you my assistant, right? Exactly, he teased. I'll handle the small stuff. You lead. I'm not sure I can handle that, she admitted. Yes, you can, he said gently. I believe in you. The evening stretched on in warmth and quiet laughter. Diep fussed over how much rice she had cooked. Too much again, she sighed, but James only smiled. Then we'll have breakfast ready for tomorrow. Just don't waste it next time. She nodded, taking the advice to heart. I'll learn, she said. He looked at her for a long moment. You already have. You're getting more confident, more beautiful, and smarter every day. Diep blushed. That's because I have good teachers, you and Aunt Huyen. They spoke of dreams and responsibilities, of finishing the house and launching the business. I hope by the time our company opens, Diep said softly, this home will be complete too. It will be, James assured her. We'll make sure of it. When they began to eat, James couldn't help but remark, you know, after a long day, just sitting here with you makes all the stress disappear. Diep smiled. Then eat up. The vegetables are delicious tonight, he laughed. If you keep cooking like this, I'll never want to eat anywhere else. Between bites, they talked about the small things, how a stray black and white cat had been lingering near the kitchen, how it might belong to a neighbor, how cats, like people, are drawn to warmth and the scent of home. James promised to ask around the next day, maybe even adopt it if possible. By the end of dinner, laughter filled the little room, mixing with the crackle of the stove and the rhythm of two hearts finding peace in shared purpose. The dream of their new company, DJ, was more than a business. It was a symbol of rebirth, partnership, and resilience. As James cleared the table, he looked at Diep and said softly, you know, overcoming fate isn't just about success. It's about finding the strength to start again, together. Diep looked back at him, smiling through the soft glow of the evening light. Then let's begin.